All right, so this is going to be a reading for Sagittarius. And for the Sagittarius that I'm reading for today, I'm seeing that there's something that you're trying to figure out. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but there's some kind of decision making process going on here, and it's pretty significant. We have a lot of major arcanas here. And in the center of the reading is the Lovers. So this could represent a connection, but I'm also seeing it as the choice, which is the other meaning of the card. So I'm going to dive in deeper to these energies in a second. But before I do, I just want to say thank you so much for being here and for receiving this reading. If you would like a personal reading, I do offer them, and you can book a reading with me at my website, ajstarot.com. And if this reading resonates with you, please take a moment to like and subscribe, as that helps me out a lot. So let's get into it, Sagittarius. Your overall energy for the reading is the Five of Swords. So you could be doubting yourself or just not seeing something clearly. When I clarified the Five of Swords, I got the Seven of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the Page of Swords. So there's something here about being very confused and having some questions, possibly a lot of questions. And it's almost like the deeper you look into this, the more questions you kind of have about the path that is unfolding here for you. The key to this is going to be not rushing into anything from a place of not being clear. You're going to want to have clarity before you take action. So the Hanged Man comes in here as a bit of a warning to stay put and give yourself time. Just be in stillness with the questions that you have before you take action. And there's something there that could kind of be stopping you up, or you could even be missing an important detail if you rush ahead too quickly. Your oracle cards for today are Thunderbolt, the Dream, and We Are the World. So my oracle card, We Are the World, it's a very powerful card, and on the card it shows these sort of dancing human figures creating a rainbow and circling the earth, holding hands together. And when I get the We Are the World card, it's a message to step outside of yourself and connect with other people to help you find the answers that you need. So if there's something that's confusing you, it could be because you're a little bit isolated or you're a little bit too in your own head, and you could benefit from the wisdom of other people. And especially if there is a dream or an aspiration that's cooking inside you, there's something there about receiving that clarity with the Thunderbolt card once you connect to others, and they can kind of help guide you through your dream. So if you haven't reached out to others, or if you've been thinking about it, this is a sign to definitely take the initiative to do that. Now, in the recent past, we have the Two of Wands, the Three of Wands, the Ace of Swords. So again, I see you really trying to make decisions, trying to plan, very much visualizing things, wondering what's coming next for you, and then reaching a point of clarity with the Ace of Swords. So let's take a look at your process here, and let's clarify the Two of Swords in your recent past. Many of you could be deciding between two things. We have Strength, the Three of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles. Again, this has something to do with you holding back from connecting with other people, or possibly asking for support or help from people around you, people in your community. You could be thinking about ways to connect with other people or share with them what you're moving through here. But there's something here about connecting with others and not being afraid to really put yourself out there in your community, in the world around you. For some of you, this could have to do with business connections or something in your career, like literal networking. And there could be a way that you're holding back from really fully connecting with other people. Let's take a look at the Three of Wands here. For the Three of Wands, we have the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Five of Pentacles. So there's some type of fear here that comes up for you when you think about being vulnerable with other people, because the Knight of Cups card is really about opening your heart and showing something soft and vulnerable to someone else. And when you come face to face with that idea and you start to envision what that would look like, you kind of go to the worst case scenario with the Nine of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is fear, and the Nine of Swords is like that really heightened anxious feeling. It's almost like paranoia. And it's so, like, whatever it is that you would have to do here or that you'd have to share with other people, there's something about it being very important with the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck, but also being something that you want to hold close to your chest with the Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And there's a little bit of a feeling that you could be thinking about the worst case scenario in your head and kind of overdoing it a little bit, or making it a little bit overblown when you think about those scenarios, and it kind of lends itself to paranoia. And it actually could end up kind of being better than you think, especially because you are coming from that Knight of Cups place, which is a very warm, supportive energy with really positive intentions. Let's take a look at what this is exactly with the Ace of Swords. That's that very clear, clarified, cutting through energy. The sword represents not just clarity, but mental stability, confidence, and taking action. What is that Ace of Swords here? The Page of Cups, the Six of Wands, the Empress. This kind of requires you to not just step into your best self, but step fully into your power, fully into your confidence, and kind of muster up the confidence to really step into your power. Whatever this is that you'd be sharing, it's something you would possibly be sharing with a lot of people and not just one. And you'd be offering up kind of the best jewels of who you are. Interesting. Let's take a look at the current energy. You have some very powerful energy in the current, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Tower, which kind of echoes that Thunderbolt card from the Oracle reading. The Tower represents a sudden change, really shifting gears and like shifting into action. So not just having the idea of this Ace of Swords of stepping into power and like really putting yourself out there, but actually manifesting it. And we have the Magician, the Lovers, and the Fool. So that's you really making the choice to take off the veil, to kind of strip back any pretenses you have, just go for it, just ride the wave, and really put yourself out there, because the Fool card is about taking a risk and taking a leap of faith. And the Lovers, like I said, is that card of choice. So it's making the active choice to create a change with the Magician card and take a risk. So really positive energy, but can be scary if you're scared. So let's take a look here at the Magician for you. You have everything you need. In the Magician card, he has the Pentacle, the Cup, the Sword, and the Wand in the table in front of him. And he kind of harnesses his own infinite power, his own infinite wisdom, to make whatever he needs happen. And that's the energy that you're really harnessing here, to be a mover and a shaker. Let's check out the Magician. The World, the Hierophant, the Six of Cups. You're showing me this is something that I've known I need to do for a long time, and I'm not putting it off anymore. I'm going for it. I'm doing what I know I need to do. The Ten of Wands is at the bottom of the deck, so this could be something that's burdened you for a long time, or it's weighed you down for a long time, and you're saying, I'm not going to be burdened by this anymore. I'm going to rip off the Band-Aid. I'm going to do this. And whatever this is, it's not just about this one singular action. It sort of represents you closing a cycle of being afraid of showing yourself to others and being vulnerable that could have existed from your childhood. So maybe there was a time in your childhood or your adolescence where you showed a really vulnerable part of yourself to someone and it really got rejected, or it was shamed or something like that, and it taught you not to show those vulnerable parts of yourself. And over time, that's accumulated into a lot of heaviness for you. You've kind of dragged that horse around, and you're saying no more shame, no more hiding who I really am or what I really believe in. And for many of you with the Hierophant here, this could have to do with your beliefs, or it could have to do with a power structure. And there might be a power structure that's kind of told you, don't be too weird, don't be too vulnerable. And you're saying, I'm not waiting for anyone else's permission anymore. I'm giving myself the green light to put that old chapter to bed and just do it for myself, whatever it is. Let's take a look at the Lovers in the center of your reading. It's a choice that you're making to make a change, and it's a significant choice. It's a spiritual choice. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Judgment card. So again, major arcana cards that represent something very destined. The Wheel of Fortune and the Judgment card really represent destiny. And you're saying Wheel of Fortune, Judgment, and the Ten of Swords, I'm shifting the narrative here. I'm no longer allowing these swords to be driven into my back. I'm no longer the burden of the shame that I've been carrying to be wielded against me. So you're kind of taking control of yourself. You're taking control of your own narrative. The Judgment card is about really staking your place in the sand and saying, this is who I am. This is what I'm about. And with the Star card is about being seen again. And so there's something here about showing the very best of who you are and just really hoping for the best. And it's a very healing process that you go through, and it has to do with your own sense of stability. With the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck, with the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck as I'm shuffling, this kind of ushers in a new era for you, and there could be many wonderful opportunities coming for you around the corner. This does represent a significant risk, a new beginning with the Fool. I see you blasting open in a really beautiful way. Let's take a look at the Fool. The Ace of Cups, the Page of Swords, the Ten of Wands. As you open up here, I see you being concerned. Am I going to be accepted? Am I going to receive support? Are people going to be gentle with me? Are they going to like me? Are they going to love me? All of that comes up as you show yourself. There's this question, will I be accepted? Will people understand me? Will they appreciate what I have to share with them? And that weighs on you pretty heavily, and that's the part that kind of has to be let go of. It kind of has to be cast aside. You can't worry anymore about how you're going to be received. Are people going to love you? This is something that you have to do for yourself. In the near future, we have the Queen of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. Let's see what this is about. We have the Queen of Cups. You're showing me going from the Knight of Cups at the beginning of the reading to the Queen of Cups by the end of the reading. So you're really wearing your heart on your sleeve here. You're really being vulnerable. And you're showing me that it is difficult with that Nine of Wands. You're saying, I've been pretty guarded. These are the softest, most gentle, most vulnerable, most precious parts of myself. And it's scary, and I've been guarded. But I see you balancing that energy out with the Six of Pentacles here. It's almost like you've been a little bit lopsided in terms of, yes, being very loving, but then being way too guarded and almost like closed off to other people. And that wound starts to heal, and it starts to balance out the more you open up and the more you own the beauty of your own heart. Let's take a look at the Queen of Cups. The Ten of Cups, the Nine of Cups, the Two of Cups. Alright, let's look at the Nine of Wands. The Seven of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Emperor. You're showing me a partnership here that brings in a lot of happiness. If it hasn't happened yet, it's coming in, and it might come in really suddenly. And this could be someone that you connect to outside of yourself that kind of helps you bring you out of your shell. And if you were deeply hurt in the past by someone else, this is someone who kind of makes you forget about all of that. It kind of changes some of the narratives of like love is pain, or if you got burned in the past and it left you feeling kind of pessimistic about what was possible for you in connection, there's a connection that's kind of teaching you more about happiness. It's bringing a lot of joy, a lot of light, a lot of warmth into your life, and it's like all of a sudden it shifts the way that you think about things. It shifts your guardedness. It's like there's so much love and happiness in this connection that it's impossible for you to just stay guarded. It's impossible for you to stay shut down, because this is something that you want to open up to. It's something that you want to balance with. For many of you, I'm seeing that this is another person, because we have the Empress and the Emperor here. And so this could be a love connection, a romantic connection. We do have the Lovers, we have the Two of Cups, we have the Hierophant, we have the Six of Cups. So all cards that represent partnership. But don't take it if it doesn't resonate. This could be anyone in your life who helps you open up and balance out more. So it could be a teacher or a mentor, could be a coworker, could be a friend. But there's something there that's kind of alongside you, and it's just undeniable, kind of the warmth and happiness of this connection, and it makes you question everything that you thought you knew about, I'm just better off alone, or I just shouldn't show those parts of myself. It's almost like this is a kind of love that opens you up. Beautiful, Sagittarius. Let's take a look at that Six of Cups, or Six of Pentacles, sorry. Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, the Three of Cups. So you're showing me in the past, you kind of, with that strength, the Three of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, that you kind of closed off from connecting with other people. You held back from those connections and you said, that's it, I'm done, I'm moving on. But now I see you opening up bit by bit. It almost is like the door slowly creaks open on your connections. And the more you open up, the better it feels. And you start to kind of balance out this wound that you had in the past. So really lovely kind of happy ending there for you. And I see that it's just going to get better and better with time. Let's see what Spirit has for you in terms of your advice. We'll get 3 cards. The Eight of Pentacles fell out right away. So let's see what else they have for you. We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Chariot. Oh, and then we have some more cards that fell out. We have the King of Swords, the Five of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Three of Wands, Nine of Swords, and the Page of Wands. There's something here about just paying attention to what you're putting your energy into as you move forward. And you don't have to think so hard about it. You don't have to get bogged down in your mind. If something comes towards you and it feels good, you can just go for it. You don't have to get so up in your head, so paranoid, so scared. You can trust your intuition. You can trust the way that you feel. So really lovely reading for you, Sagittarius. I hope this helps. I hope this resonates, and I'll see you next time.